Hey everyone, it's Edwardo here with your DraftStream call sheet review. We're off to a hot start today, ladies and gentlemen. Bunched up at the top. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Less than 2 points separates first from fourth. Just over 4 points separates first from fifth. Hell, even mom, the draft mom, is still in it. Only 35 points back. It's anyone's game. And look at this, less than a point, less than half a point separates your boy Swag Official in the building versus the Canadian Invasion Jaybird. He is back with a vengeance this week, y'all. He's like, I'm tired of playing with you. Alright, so let's take a look at my call. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to pause this, come back. I was so excited to get this going, I forgot to put up the perfect call sheet for you guys. So I'll be right back. Okay, now we're back. So, got the perfect call sheet up here. And okay. Alright, so Stacey Abrams and company with the optimal stack for All In the Fight for Democracy. Looks like headliner stack of Baby. Criminal, I did not see this coming. I do believe someone else had this on her call sheet. We'll get to that in a minute. Archie Punjabi. Oh, a raging crush on her ever since The Good Wife. Love seeing her get work. And Pen 15. Second season coming back tonight. Can't wait. Can't wait! Alright, so for a perfect 1406, 98,000 spent. And how close are we? So about 40 points off. Not too bad. And let's see where my call sheet diverges. And also, once again, we're just getting started. Matter of fact, take a look at the 0 for Archer. Now, Archer, as you can see all over here, pretty well established across the board. People love this show, but so far only one review has come in on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was a rotten review. So therefore, it is at 0% right now. I don't expect that to last throughout the weekend. So we'll keep our eye on that. Yeah, so my call sheet. So I really loaded up on All In the Fight for Democracy. It's great value right here. 8.5K for my Spellman sister, Stacey Abrams. Can get you 145 points. That's like 17x value. So you know I was going to load up on that as much as I could. Baby, I could only afford a headliner and a co-star to get me there, and I'm bullish on Pen 15. Now at 115.45, I'm not sure how much further it can go, but this season, if this season is actually better than the last, and at least by the reviews, it seems like this season is better than the last, then with Pen, this 7.9 is not going to stand. I mean, right now it's got a Google score of 89, and that honestly must just be holdovers from last season. 100 from Rotten Tomatoes, a 93 from Metacritic. Those hating-ass critics or Metacritic gave it a 93. So I think this could be like a 9.5 situation. I mean, those of us who know about Pen 15, who watch that show, love that show. So you do that, and now we're in all-time best scoring territory. As you may remember, a perfect score in this game is 130 points even. The closest we've gotten to that, I believe, is 124.85, I think, which was The Last Dance. Come on. Still loading. Alright. 124.15, The Last Dance, and that took 100, 94, 91, and 9.7. So we'll just keep our eye on that. I'm not saying that it's got a shot, but, you know, I mean, 120 has only been breached twice. And even with Hamilton, I'm still shocked Hamilton didn't make the record. I love that that play. That was excellent. Anyway, so we're, starting at 115 is already pretty rarefied air. I mean, the number of 110 title shows and movies has only been, what, 25? So over the past, damn, I guess we've done this for about 20 months or 20 weeks. So yeah, all right. And this, of course, is the master score list, which you can find on the scoring tab of your master call sheet. Okay, so I'm in the house. I'm close. Whoa. Actually, what changed? Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? Sorry, I just freaked myself out. I'm like, how did I get more points? I forgot we changed the score ever so slightly. There we go. Whew. I was about to have a heart attack in real time. Okay, so that's what I've got. What has Jaybird got that's got him? Now, he went a totally different direction. He's got a headliner stack of Departure, which is really actually decent value, getting you 138 for 8.8K. Our girl Archie. The Devil All the Time. And this one also might be poised move. Looks like it came out last night. Actually, maybe even the day before. So probably came out Monday night, midnight. So technically, the 16th on Wednesday. And this is off to a good start. I think more people are going to discover it over the weekend. I'm curious. I might watch this weekend. Sinister characters converge around a young man devoted to protecting those he loves in a post-war backwoods town teeming with corruption and brutality. That sounds like my shit. Let's do it. Let's do it, fam. All right, I'm watching this weekend. What else? We Are Who We Are. This is a wild show. This show is a wild boy. Luca Guadagnino. He's the guy who did Call Me By Your Name, which is basically a travelogue for the Italian countryside. He's back with more Italy, more kind of moody, atmospheric shots. This guy, it's mostly centered around this kid. He's like the teenage son of a new American base commander over in Italy. So there's an American base in Italy. It's very Americanized on the base. Get off the base, it's very Italian. And his mother is the new base commander. She and her wife are taking over from the previous base commander, who I guess had a little bit of a rape problem on the base. So they're coming in to clean house, I guess. And he's just like this disaffected American youth who's just kind of knocking around, being a bit of a dick. But apparently he's super like intelligent or something, and very, he's supposed to be like very high IQ. I'm not saying he's like autistic. I'm not saying he's even on the spectrum, but he's very creepy, very, very creepy dude. And he's acts out. So I don't know. I watched that first hour. It was kind of bizarre. The draft mom watched that first hour. She thought it was kind of bizarre. So, I mean, I'm gonna stick with it for at least another few episodes. But there was a point towards the end where it kind of lost me. Where he slaps his mama. I mean, not really a spoiler. I guess kind of a spoiler. You're probably not gonna watch it anyways. But all I gotta say is that's some really, really white boy shit. Who goes around slapping their mama like that? That's just crazy. Crazy! Alright, anyways, that's a weird show. I'm gonna check it out in another couple of weeks at least. I mean, it's interesting. It's not a bad show. It's very, very strange. Alright, you didn't come for my movie reviews. And we just lost the Google. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave that in. Damn it, that must have been my computer's way of saying I had too many tabs open. So we're back. Sorry about that. All right, so Jaybird went a bit of a more diverse route, just less than a point behind him. Gamble 24x7. G24, what are you up to this week? So Residue, that looks promising. I mean, 84.45, kind of weighed down by IMDb. It's getting a little bit of Netflix love. This comes from Ava DuVernay's production company, kind of production collective, things called Array. So she's on Twitter pumping it up. I like the exposure to Pen 15. I think you're gonna need it. If Pen 15 gets to 120 points, I don't see a winning call sheet without exposure to Pen 15. Departure, nice. Baby, nice. Nice cheap value here. Looks like you're getting 14x, 14.8x. And then the optimal stack with All In, the Fight for Democracy. Now, for those who are new to the game, sorry, it seems like the neighborhood's on fire behind me. But an optimal stack around here is when you get the headliner, a co-star, and a day player, all of the same title of the one that you think is going to perform optimally. All right, so that's going on. Let's see. And then competing with himself by another fraction of a point. And what did he swap out? Okay, swapped out alum. Wow, these are some really interesting call sheets, y'all. I mean, pretty creative and thinking, but yet kind of all arriving at the same place. I'm not sure what that means. I think that means that there's going to be a lot of there are a lot of titles out there that are extracting almost the same amount of value. So you can there's going to be a lot of paths towards the top this week. It's not gonna, I mean, maybe you can not have Pen 15, but you probably want at least one headliner in there, like G24's got. Headliner stack from Alone is interesting. Decent value as well. And then so this is all right. I see what he did. So his core, everyone, his core right here is an optimal stack of All In, the Fight for Democracy, and then everything else he's built around that. Core plus one Pen 15 headliner. So that's a smart construction. And actually, you see this a lot in daily fantasy too. Like for example, tonight the Miami Heat played. If you really like the Miami Heat, you think they're gonna win, and you built a core around, I don't know, Bam Adebayo, Goran Dragic, and say Tyler Hero, you probably did all right. You know, because you had those four. If you had those three locked in, and you put out 20 lineups, their version of the call sheets, you probably made some money tonight. All right, so nice looking sheet, and then ring balls, just 3 points off the pace. Similarly, I mean, it's all the rage. It's what everyone's doing. An optimal stack of All In, the Fight for Democracy, headliner stack of Baby. One headliner from Pen 15. I like it. Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, the headliners from The Devil All the Time. And I like this pick because these actors will benefit from, as I mentioned before, more people discovering this through the weekend. Dropping a movie on a Monday night, technically Tuesday, is kind of weird, you know, or sorry, a Tuesday night, technically Wednesday, is kind of weird. People probably aren't going to get time to really watch it until later if they are working from home. Or maybe they are, I don't know. And an orange star from Wheels, which I think is going to do well. It's an indie, but I do worry about these independent video-on-demand films. It's got no real marquee actors attached to it at all. I mean, a couple of recognizable people. J. Alphonse, was it J. Nicole Alphonse? J. Alphonse Nicholson, there we go. Of P-Valley fame, that would be Lil Murda. Why they call you Lil Murda? You know, you ain't out here committing big murders. Sorry. If you watch the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyways, he's from P-Valley, but otherwise, you know, a cast of unknowns. So I worry about that when it comes to these indies, video on demand. It's not even virtual theaters. Virtual theaters is video on demand, but it goes to support your local theater. And sometimes you see a little more excitement for those type of films than just video on demand, because you can direct those dollars to your local theater. It could get lost in the sea of video on demand, so I don't know if we'll see these other three scores. It might solely rest on IMDb, so if so, then it might be capped out on its growth potential. But we'll see. We'll see. It's just Thursday. We've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday still to come. What else? Oh, and let's check in with Livewire. Welcome to the game, my girl Kia. Hashtag Dimples. Let's see what she's working with here. Antebellum. Now, what's interesting with this is it looks like Antebellum has a default score, but it actually fought back to get up to that default score because it has not been treated kindly with these advanced reviews. Look at that. 34 and 44 from Metacritic. Now, luckily, the audiences like it better, but I don't see... I mean, unless Google goes nuts. All right. I don't see how it's going to cross, say, 80 points. I mean, I think 75 would be generous, honestly. But, you know, this, I don't know how these people, maybe they saw it at a festival, but it really is dropping on video on demand tonight. So we'll see some movement on the audience side. I don't see these critic scores moving at all. Apparently they've had this for a while. Must have seen it at like a festival earlier, pre-lockdown, or they just sent out the screeners hella early. But yeah, so I fear for your call sheet from Antebellum standpoint. Livewire, I think the 3-pack of Blackbird is good value. Yeah, look at that, $7,000 getting 127 points is excellent. I like Criminal. I think you're the only one that rostered Kit Harington or anyone from Criminal, so well played. Departure, smart, good value again. Ratchet's the wild card. Now, I like this pick here because we don't know what's going to happen with this. And actually, a quick point. When it comes to day players, you want less of those because they don't get any bonus points. You're kind of hamstrung. And you also had, looks like you also had some extra room here too. So if you could have squeezed in, yeah, you had room to get like another headliner if you wanted exposure to Departure. So you definitely want to get your headliners or your co-stars because they come with bonus points. 20% extra bonus points for a co-star, 40% for a headliner. So first week in the game, no worries, newbie mistake, but you want to, if you have a chance, use that extra salary to get you a co-star or a headliner. And so Ratchet's interesting. Another, you chose your day player here as well. And I think you could have, I think you can also get more points coming because Netflix notoriously has a lid on its advanced reviews. So it looks like some snuck out, but this is horror. Well, it says drama, but I mean, Nurse Ratched comes from the world of The Shining, right? I may check this out. I'm a little scary about that type of stuff. I'm just kind of scared of that type of stuff. But it's Ryan Murphy. He's really good. And people love Ryan Murphy stuff. People love the Ryan Murphy horror stuff, like American Horror Story type stuff. So I feel it's a bump is coming. I actually constructed my second call sheet around that theory. I've got exposure to Nurse Ratched. So we'll see. But we really won't see any movement until Saturday or Sunday when people have a chance to take a look at it. It debuts late tonight, midnight Pacific time, so we'll keep our eye on that. And Livewire, let's see, the rest of your construction. Oh, here we go. All right. And the devil all the time is smart. So outside of the misstep with Antebellum, which, I mean, it's a long weekend, but it's going to be hard to make up ground, especially not having exposure to Stacey Abrams for cheap, especially not having exposure to the wild ladies at Pen 15, Maya and Anna. Might be a long haul to get to the top 5 this week, but we're pulling for you. Speaking of the draft mom earlier, the Cinema Draft DraftStream mascot, Brown Baby, my mother, Claudette Jackson. What is she up to? So I like it. She doesn't quite have the optimal stack, but she has a 3-pack exposure to All In, the Fight for Democracy. She has a co-star and day player from Baby. 3-pack from Devil All the Time. And she saw We Are Who We Are, so she went with the headliner stack from that. So I think the lack of Pen 15 is holding her back. And I think you've seen me watching it before, Mom. So, I mean, and the way I was cackling and howling, that should have been an indicator that you probably want some exposure to it. But it's not bad. I just don't know if not having exposure to Pen 15 or a full optimal stack from All In will be enough to get you into the top 5. And as you've seen, we have a firewall here. All 5 of us. Actually, let me see if Jaybird did the same. No, Jaybird only had 3, which is why he's on the outside looking in on the top 5. Now, of course, it's a long weekend. All these things can change. But as of now, you're going to need an optimal stack of All In, the Fight for Democracy, minimum to crack the top 5 here. All right, let's go to the low ball call sheet. And for those who are new to the game, you are given a shot to score the lowest points available, just so long as you spend at least $75,000 in budget, have at least one actor from each of 3 different titles, and of course, normal rules apply: headliner, co-star, and a day player. So we have an unusually high dollar value on the low ball, and that's because Ratchet is I guess one of the lower performing on the slate this week. And like I said, because no one's seen it yet, these audience scores are totally going to boot it out of this perfect low ball call sheet situation. I definitely would have exposure to Cats and Dogs. That's going to be the objectively worst performing title this weekend. Antebellum is fighting the good fight, but you're still going to need some exposure to it as well. And this will get you 712.82 for a whopping 93,200, which would definitely probably set a record for the most expensive perfect lowball call sheet if this maintains. Now, G24, the homie, once again, just showing utter lowball dominance. A good almost 50 points lower than me. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, than Jaybird. He's damn near 80 points lower than me. So yeah, he's doing the damn thing. Smart. He got the exposure to Ratchet. He definitely doubling down on Cats Paws United, or Paws Unite. And the funny thing is, even though this is almost like, well, I guess this would be the lowball version of an optimal stack, because you want to have day players. The secret to the lowball call sheet is you want to have as many day players as possible, because you don't want those bonus points. You don't want them. So you're usually only going to have one headliner and one co-star, unless it is really bad. Matter of fact, last weekend, did we break that streak? Last weekend, I believe the perfect lowball call sheet for that might have had 2 co-stars for like the first time ever. I think. Where'd we go? No, even still with Cuties just at a 49, we still did not have but 1 co-star and 1 headliner. So, I mean, that's just kind of basic math to an extent. I mean, if everything's getting bonus points and your whole goal is to score less, you don't want the bonus points. So G24, and then he has a 3-pack of Antebellum. We're gonna see a lot of change. I mean, this is a very solid call sheet. He's probably still gonna win the lowball call sheet this weekend, but I expect to see some movement in Antebellum and Ratchet. And then, yeah, I don't even want to show our call sheets. We're so far behind, doesn't even matter. All right, well, thanks for this slightly longer, very messed up, technically, Thursday night edition of the DraftStream call sheet review. We'll be back on Saturday afternoon, sometime after 12 p.m. Pacific time, with your Saturday updates. Thanks for playing and watching, everybody. I'll see you on Saturday.